Listen to the song here in my heart.
As children and teens, when we go through life, we don't always listen to what other people tell us, especially adults. I've never really trusted adults because they can do some crazy things that make you not want to believe anything that they say. When I was little, I was left on the street, so I didn't trust my biological mom because she didn't really take care of me. I've been through everything that you can imagine that was bad, except for surviving cancer, but everything else. I know what it is like to feel pain, hurt, and abandonment, loneliness, love, dependability for a person, selfishness, bitterness, anger, and everything else under the sun. I've handled things in the worst way possible. Over time, I've tried to kill myself by taking 150 aspirin, cutting, hanging myself, doing drugs to overdose, and even drinking. I tried piercing every part of my body to feel pain, and when that didn't work, I started erasing my skin away. When that didn't work, I tried cutting. What I've learned is that none of those things ever helped me achieve anything. Most people I've experienced at my age and in their younger teens try to do these things to cope with their family situations. Running away does not help either. And I don't just mean physically running away, but I mean avoiding and ignoring people that are telling you some really important things that might help you later on.
Listen to the sounds from deep within.
I now know why people tell me those things, like be careful who you hang around and make sure you make good choices. I never thought that the life I lived in the past would always impact my future, but now I know. Now I'm working on getting into college, and they ask you hard questions, like, why should we put you into our school? To answer these questions, you cannot just say that you make good grades and have extracurricular activities and other stuff like other people say. You have to have a unique answer, like I did. I said, I should be in your school because I am resilient and withstood many obstacles, but have managed to make it this far in life. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to go to college. I knew that ever since I was in 5th grade. I've thought about getting a job after high school, but I've made some goals for myself. I know that I don't want to do that because I want to be successful. I want to have a wonderful career. I want to be famous. I've always wanted to be famous, but not like a singer or a dancer. I want to be the person that helps people, the one that cures people's diseases. I want to be the person that people look up to. I want to show the world who I am. I haven't had the finest things in life, but I know that everything that I have had is because I have been trying hard to be my best. I just recently started getting these things too. I have learned a lot of lessons from all of the people that have tried to help me become successful. There are a lot of people still trying to help me reach my goals. Some of these people include people from the Mott Center, Computer Clubhouse. They help me have an outlet and a place to vent all of my feelings. I love having a place where I can do this. I also think this is a good way for people to learn how to be creative and learn more about themselves.
Some people claim that the physical things define what's within.
I'm smart, and I'm trying harder than other smart people who could have made it. I have tried to stay on a good path. I think that the harder I work, the better chance I have. I might not get the things I want right away, but I think that if I keep working hard, they will come to me eventually. I don't have too long until I become an adult, and you don't either. Maybe we should begin to prepare for adulthood. We need to know how to be good citizens and how to manage money. We need to know how to take care of ourselves. We need to make positive choices and have friends that we can rely on when we are stressed or have hard situations. We need to know how to handle ourselves when we get into confrontations without embarrassing ourselves. We need to know what to do when we don't like our bosses, but we don't want to get fired. I think the best way to handle these types of situations is to have plans that will keep us on track. I know that when someone says something to me and I can't just ignore it, I tell them that I don't like what they're saying, and I handle it right there. I know that if I am upset about whatever they are saying, I wait until I am calm and then I confront them. Later on, I feel better that I have handled the situation right when it arose instead of letting it build up in my system. I know that it is hard not to let it build up because it makes us seem not so worried, but we end up more worried than we think. Since we have the power to control how we feel, we don't let our emotions get the best of us, which is very important. I used to let my emotions get the best of me, which caused a lot of bad things to happen. Now that I know that it doesn't help me, I decided not to let my emotions get the best of me. I now know that your emotions are something that you control. So when you're angry, it's because you choose to feel angry. You are not automatically feeling a certain way because of what someone does. You have to trigger something in your brain. That is your thought process. And when you think about whatever it is in a calm way, you don't actually have to be angry. I think that if you are truly thinking that you are angry because of other people, then you are in denial with yourself. I also think that people don't really know the emotions that are going on with them because they are not in tune with their inner feelings. I don't think most of the people in the world are in touch with their feelings. I have to take time out of my day to figure out what is wrong with my feelings. I sometimes have to take an hour to meditate and reflect on what is going on with me. Most people don't want to do that because they don't have time to take out of their day. I know that if I was an adult, I wouldn't even have the time to meditate. As a teenager growing up in the world the way it is today is hard. I think that most of the people that are growing up in this society don't think they need to go to college to be successful. It is the exact opposite. Since the only way to make large amounts of money that is legal is to go to college. I want to be able to get a good job, and to do that I have to go to college. On the other hand, some people are just lucky, but that is not everyone in the world. We have to work hard to get somewhere in life. That is what I'm doing to help me.
Oh no, no. There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight.
Everyone has a chance to go to college, and people choose to go to college, choose not to get that education. And like, people say they're not smart enough or there's something wrong with them. Nothing's wrong with them. They just have to apply themselves and have to think with a clear head and think that I can do this. Don't think, oh, don't put yourself down. Don't think that you can't do anything, because you're worth more than that. You got to think, okay, I can do this. I'm going to work hard, and no matter what I do, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to just keep trying and keep working at it, and then everything will fall into place. Like, if you say and then live up to what you say, it'll all work out. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to do this because it's not going to help me. It's like, yes, it will. Like, all that stuff we learned in algebra and all that stuff we learned in the past in elementary school that we don't think has nothing to do with as a grown-up, it all has to do with when we're grown up. The bills and all that stuff have to do, like, we have to calculate bills and all that stuff. So that's math right there, right? So it all has to tie in somewhere. It all goes into adulthood.
Lord, it's me again, ready for something new.
Keep doing some. Get off your butt and do it, for real. Don't just sit there and let it like build up and be like a bump on a log. You gotta do something about it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna do it one day, maybe in the future. It's like, do it now, cause you gotta like that song, live like we're dying. We gotta do everything before live like tomorrow is our or today is our last day. Like, we gotta complete things, do whatever we want to do, because it's like later on when we like, oh, I wish I could have done that when I was 20, and it's like, well, you could have, you just chose not to. It's like, it's not that hard. It's really simple. You just gotta put yourself up to it. You gotta be able to be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm really going to do it. And no matter what anybody says, I'm going to do it. And live like you're dying. Live like it's your last day. Somebody who finds out they only have a month to live, what do? They go
cram everything into their schedule that they can possibly cram and do all the fun stuff that they say they wanted to do forever so that they can have the best time of their life right before they die and be happy when they die, you know? So we all have to do that, like every day, be like, okay, wake up and be like, I'm happy I'm alive, but I gotta do everything I gotta do as if I'm not gonna be living anymore. And you gotta just do it. Because you got it makes life so much easier and so much happier because you achieve so much. You achieve so much and it feels really good, you know? Gotta live like we're dying.